Hello, I'm Father Gordon Mann, pastor of Saints Mary and John Church here in Evansville, Indiana. I stand before one of the shrines that we have in our church here at St. Mary campus, Our Lady of Lourdes. Our Lady of Lourdes has a special significance to me and to my family, for I learned about her when I was a little child. My mother had an ailment and was healed by using the water that came from Lourdes. Our Father taught all of us to go to Mary with anything that we had a need for and to model ourselves after her, and in doing so we would please God. That's how he presented it to us. And so as we grew and I grew in my faith and also grew in my love for the Blessed Virgin, because I saw through first a child's eyes and then through an adult's eyes what it must have been like in some capacity to have been her going through her role as Christ's mother and at the same time his most perfect disciple. Now, it's under this tutelage that St. Louis de Montfort created this consecration to the Blessed Virgin, proposed it, executed it, approved by the Vatican, so that we would understand, as St. Pius XII said, that our tendency would be toward unity with Jesus under the guidance of the Blessed Virgin. She is the perfect disciple. She learned from the get-go, from the time that the angel Gabriel came to her and asked her to be the mother of Christ, that when she was able to do so, and in saying her yes, giving us her Magnificat, she was able to become part of the whole redeeming work that Jesus was going to do for you, for me, and for the entire world. I personalized this back in 2009 when I had the opportunity to visit the shrine of Our Lady of Lourdes in Lourdes, France. Myself, along with companion priest, Father Dusty Burns, we did the consecration to the Blessed Virgin on October 28th of 2009. And during my time, I was praying at the grotto. I had this sense that the Blessed Virgin was going to take a more active role in my priesthood and in my life than I'd even imagined she had already done so. I had learned a prayer before I went to the seminary. Mary, to you I consecrate the years of my priesthood. Please make them fruitful for the glory of God and the salvation of souls. That was hanging in my parish sacristy when I was a young man. And so I started offering that even before I went to the seminary because I felt the call to become a priest. And I put myself at her privilege, under her feet to guide and lead me. When I came back from Lourdes in October of 2009, my mother was diagnosed with terminal cancer. And it was at that point I began to understand what God was doing. He was giving me our mother to be my mother on earth, as he was preparing for me to say goodbye to my earthly mother, who passed the following June. I had a return trip to Lourdes, and at that time consecrated myself again to the Blessed Virgin, because realizing that she is all for me, and she is all for all of us. how important it is for us to give ourselves over to her example, her Christian witness. The phrase, to Jesus through Mary. We're not stopped from going to Jesus anytime. But this woman, the saint, our beloved mother, in heaven and on earth, has immediate access to the divine majesty. And because of that, any of us who put ourselves at her disposal, putting ourselves in her hands, we know that we are going to come to know Jesus and become those perfect disciples as was she. And that's our goal. This year, we're offering the consecration to the Blessed Virgin, starting on September the 1st, right here at St. Mary's campus, beginning with adoration at 5:30 and the consecration mass at 6:30. And it will continue, the consecration will continue until October the 6th, on the eve before Our Lady of the Rosary celebration, where we will consecrate ourselves to the Blessed Virgin. I invite you to come to that celebration as well. Again, we will start with adoration of the Blessed Sacrament at 5:30, continuing with Mass and the consecration during the Mass at 6:30. I hope you will take the opportunity to develop a deep and personal relationship with our Mother, and through her, come to know her Son in a more deep and intimate way. My father used to say, go to Mary when you have a problem, because Jesus can't say no to her. Adopt that mentality in coming to our Mother. Consecrate yourselves and see what the Lord has in store for you. Thank you, and God bless you.